Yo, what is up, everybody? It's me, Donweep here, back with a brand new part 3 for What If Naruto Was a Pokemon Trainer. Now, if you guys have not seen the previous two parts or are new to the series, make sure to go up here to the top upper right-hand corner, and you'll find a playlist which I have kindly linked for you, which will have two of the previous parts to the series, which will catch you up to the story, so you can get back to this part and be all caught up. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this video and want to see more of it, make sure to hit the like button to let me know that you guys want it. 300 likes and I'll start working on the next script. And make sure to comment down below any ideas for the series or anything that you like or dislike or whatever. Anyway, let's just get into this part for What If Naruto Was a Pokemon Trainer. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura head to the rooftops, following Kakashi, their Pokemon Jonin master, behind. As the three would climb the stairs, now heading to the roof of the academy, they'd all sit down, with Kakashi now sitting, looking and analyzing the three of them, seeing Sasuke's edginess, thick enough to cut razors through skin. Naruto being, well, Naruto. And of course he had known Naruto by this point and knew that he was Miyato's son, much like everyone else in the village. So Kakashi, who would have a slight expectation for him higher than everyone else, considering it was his master's son. Then next to him would be Sakura. Sakura would just be staring at Sasuke as if though he was glowing, which was probably the opposite, with the darkness just practically emanating out of his body. Anyway, Naruto and Sasuke be staring at each other while Naruto holds his frogadeer, Sasuke holding his evee and staring into his eyes, angrily, as the two are practically begging for a fight. Kakashi would then make a sound, with the two ceasing their staring battle and looking up to Kakashi, their sensei. "Yes, Kakashi-sensei?" Naruto would ask, wondering what their sensei was going to tell them today. Kakashi would then say that he's going to ask them about their dreams, hopes, aspirations, all that good shit that people like to know about. Kakashi would sigh, saying, "Alright then, we'll pick one of you. Let's do you." Kakashi would point his finger towards Sasuke, Sasuke's eyes flicking upward along with his evee, looking up saying, "Evee?" Wondering what their master Sasuke would say. Sasuke, holding his small furry Pokemon, his trainer, his pal, would look into Kakashi's eyes as he then says in a dead serious tone, "I don't have a dream. I'll become an Avenger. My dream isn't going to become a reality. It's my aspiration to kill a certain someone." As Sasuke says this, Naruto would just be staring at him thinking, "Wow, how unique." Sasuke would turn to Naruto saying, "Well, at least my dream's different from my own father's, you copycat." What did you say?" Naruto would say. Naruto would then point at Sasuke, saying he doesn't realize what it's like. Sasuke looking up, seeing Naruto, this kid who's never been alone in his entire life. He always had his mom, the village, people protecting him. What happened to his family, huh? No one knows about the tragedy of his older brother and that horrifying Pokemon, what they did. Sasuke would look to Naruto, telling him he has no idea how the world works. Naruto would then clench his fist, saying, "Oh, you want to go right now?" Kakashi would already be fed up with the three, turning to Naruto and asking, "What do you want to do, Naruto? What do you like?" Naruto would say, I like ramen, I like my mom, I like Gramps, I like Frogadier," as he pulled up his Pokemon, looking to his eyes, smiling. His Frogadier would spray water at him. Cut that out," Naruto would say. Frogadier would smile with his quirky frog-like lips, as Naruto would then put him back down on the ground. Naruto would then say, "Well, as for my hopes and aspirations, there's only really one, and that's to become the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, one of the greatest Pokemon masters of the world. That way, when people look at me, they don't see my dad's shadow over me any longer," Naruto would say, holding his fist and pumping into the air. Kakashi would look at Naruto as he sees Miyato in him, with him realizing that just saying this would be breaking the very thing that Naruto is trying to surpass. Kakashi would say it's a very admirable goal, saying that that's going to be a tough challenge to beat. Naruto would punch his hand to his fist, saying that he and Frogadier can do it, as Kakashi would nod, thinking at least he's not painful to listen to. Kakashi would turn to Sakura next, already understanding what her answer would be. Sakura, what is your dreams and aspirations? Kakashi would ask. Sakura would just be staring at Sasuke and completely ignoring him. Sakura, she continues staring at Sasuke. Sasuke blatantly ignoring her. He's so dreamy, she'd say. Kakashi would practically want to punch her in the head. Sakura, he'd say for the third time. Naruto would sigh and screams out, Sakura! Sakura would turn to Naruto's voice, asking what does he want? Sakura wouldn't like Naruto very much, with Ino actually being the one telling Sakura on the first day of school that she was after Naruto, to keep her filthy hands off of him. And so Sakura did, having decided to stick to Sasuke instead, thinking he was much handsomer than Naruto was. Anyway, Sakura would turn asking what, in a snappy tone. Kakashi would sigh, thanking Naruto, as he then asked Sakura what her dreams and aspirations are. Sakura would look up, realizing, dreams? Sasuke's dreamy. Aspirations? I mean, I guess I could marry Sasuke, that'd be pretty cool. Sakura would be saying this with Sasuke just staring into Eevee's eyes, whispering to his Evee, one day, Evee, you will become the strongest Pokemon of this world. Our power will conquer all. As Sasuke's whispering this into his Eevee's ears, Evee would look a little scared, sweating as he looks up, saying, Evee? Realizing nothing that his master was saying, but that Evee knew it would be in for one hell of a time. Kakashi would be through with this, saying, it's taken way longer than it should have. If you three are this comfortable with your training already, then I guess we'll just do it today and not give you the time to rest. The time to what? Naruto asked. Meet me down at the training fields in 5 minutes. Kakashi was fed up, and he was not going to be giving them that free rest time. And so, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, with their Pokemon that they had, would report down to the training fields to meet Kakashi. As Sakura would then be the first one to the field, Kakashi would begin to explain the rules, as Naruto and Sasuke would be close behind, Sasuke walking with his hands in his pockets and Evee on his shoulder, Frogadier walking beside Naruto. Kakashi would already be slightly impressed with Naruto having a Phase 2 evolution Pokemon just as a Genin, which was rather odd considering most Genin haven't had any combat experience, so he'd be pretty impressed. And he would also know that Naruto used one of the forbidden TMs, one of the many moves that Tobirama Senju, one of the greatest Pokemon masters in history, had developed. Anyway, Kakashi would then explain that he'll be taking him on a 3 versus 1 battle. He'll be using 3 Pokemon, obviously, to be fair, while they can choose 1 Pokemon of their own. Naruto would smirk, saying, huh, you're lost then. You should have come at me with full power. My Frogadier could take on all 6 of your Pokemon. Right, Frogadier? Naruto would look down to his friend, giving him a fist bump. Frogadier would then leap forward, as Sasuke would then take Evee, placing him on the ground, as he then talks to his Evee. Alright, Evee. You ready for this? Sasuke would say. Evee would turn, looking into her master's eyes. Evee would nod, as Naruto then tells her to go forward. Evee would then run forward, as Evee and Frogadier be ready for battle. Go smooch 'em, Sakura would say, throwing a smooch out onto the battlefield. What is that? Naruto would ask, looking at the weird Pokemon. How rude. Have you ever seen a Smoochum before, huh? Smoochum, an ice and psychic type Pokemon, huh? And quite rare too. Interesting. He might be worth more than you appear, huh? Well, what's that supposed to mean? Sakura would say. Nothing. Kakashi would then throw his 3 Pokemon out onto the field. Houndoom, the dark and fire type Pokemon would appear, its horns now growing out of its head, as it then barks, leaping forward. Next, Jolteon. Jolteon would hop on the field quick as lightning. And for my 3rd Pokemon, Weavile. Kakashi would summon Weavile forward, having now 2 dark type Pokemon, one being dark and fire type and electric type. He's playing type advantages, Sasuke would say. What a dirty trick. I never said that you had to throw your Pokemon out first, though 2 of you had them out already, and it's not like you could have many more, Kakashi would say. Pokemon's all about strategy. That's the way of this world, the way of being a true trainer. Kakashi would then say, let's begin, as the battle starts. Naruto, as impulsive as ever, would then send Frogadier into battle. Frogadier, use Water Pulse on that Houndoom. Too naive, Kakashi would say. Raikiri. Use Thunderbolt. Raikiri? What type of Pokemon is... That's when Naruto would realize that Kakashi had named his Pokemon. Jolteon would lead forward, using its power of thunder, as it then uses a thunderbolt directly onto Froakie. Froakie would take a huge amount of damage, being a water type after all. Froakie would fall to the ground, fainted. What? It must have been a critical hit. No, Kakashi would say. All my Pokemon are level 70. What? Naruto would be shocked, with his sensei's Pokemon being so strong. There were only a few trainers in the world who were even above level 50. That's how hard it was to get that much stronger after that point. Anyone above level 50 was considered a legendary trainer. Sakura would tell her Smoochum to use baby doll eyes, causing it to try and make some cutesy eyes. This would lower Houndoom's attack. However, it wouldn't be enough. Houndoom, flamethrower. Wait, no, Sakura would say, as Smoochum, who was an ice and psychic type, would be completely roasted, fainting immediately. Sasuke being the last one standing. Sasuke would now tell his Evee, Evee, quick attack. Kakashi would smile, saying, smart, as Evee would then rush forward, hitting one single hit on Kakashi's Weavile until it disappears. What? I substituted it during the in-between Naruto and Sakura's turn, Kakashi would say. Weavile's clone would disappear, the substitution having worked, as Evee would miss, eventually just being taken out from a quick attack by Weavile, finishing off in a single hit. Evee would fall to the ground unconscious as Sasuke would rush forward, picking it up off the ground. Evee, are you okay? Sasuke would say, as he looks down to his partner, who would be unconscious. Naruto would be on the ground saying, it's not over yet, as Frogadier would have 1 point of HP left. Frogadier would look up, as Naruto would then tell him to use Infinite Clone. This would be when Frogadier's clones begin to explode outward, but against Kakashi, all was meaningless. Flamethrower Houndoom, Thunderbolt Raikiri, Weavile Snarl. Using all of those attacks, Kakashi would dumb down Frogadier's attack power before roasting and electrocuting all of the clones faster than Naruto's Frogadier can make them, finishing off Frogadier as the last one standing. Not even one of you could land a hit on me. How pathetic. This would be when Kakashi saying that Naruto is the one to cause his Pokemon the most suffering, with forcing his Frogadier to fight on 1 HP, will be the one tied to a stump, while the other two would eat lunch. Sasuke and Sakura at least trying to have some tactic in their plan. Kakashi would walk away disappointed, as he tells Naruto he's nothing like his father. Naruto would feel a jabbing pain in his chest, telling Kakashi that he's wrong, as Naruto would be tied to the stump before Kakashi walks away. Sasuke and Sakura eating their lunch, but feeling miserable. Damn it. Sakura and Sasuke would both be disappointed, not even having able to land one hit on Kakashi's Pokemon. How pathetic. Naruto would be sitting against the stump, his Frogadier still unconscious, as he tells Sasuke to let him out of the ropes. Huh? I'm not sharing my lunch with you. Just do it, Naruto would say. Sasuke would sigh, saying that if they get in trouble and it's his fault, he'll kick his ass. Sasuke would untie the ropes, as Naruto would take a step forward, with Sakura and Sasuke pulling their lunch back. Naruto would pick up Frogadier, as he begins walking towards the Pokemon Center, Kakashi watching from afar. Sakura and Sasuke would be in shock, as the two realize as they then grab their Pokemon and start following after Naruto, not having even realized it. Kakashi would smile, thinking, maybe he's more like Minato than I thought. As they were at the Pokemon Center, Naruto would ask them to heal his Pokemon. Frogadier was in battle, and it was all his fault. Nurse Joy would take the Pokemon, as she tells Naruto not to worry about it so much, saying that Froakie could be healed up in no time, just saying to take better care of his Pokemon. Naruto would nod, as he looks down, feeling disappointed in himself, and sorry for his friend. Frogadier was my friend, and I made him do that. What kind of trainer? No, what kind of friend would do that? Sasuke would be looking down, realizing that he's still far behind Naruto. He should have realized it himself. As they're waiting in the Pokemon Center, Kakashi would come walking in, asking why they left the stumps. Sakura and Sasuke would turn around with Naruto turning after them. Naruto looking up, saying he had to help his friend. Kakashi would soften his eyes, he then says, "You all pass." What? They'd be shocked. Kakashi would say that breaking the rules is for scum, but abandoning your friends is worse than scum. And Pokemon are your friends, not your tools. Kakashi would pet his Jolteon, his Raikiri, as he then desummons his Pokemon back into their Pokeballs. An old friend of mine taught me that, Kakashi would say. Kakashi would have a flashback in his mind, seeing Obito. Obito telling him that he was worthless for abandoning his friend. How could you abandon your Jolteon like that? Obito would say. Kakashi would say that his Pokemon was weak. If it was strong enough to survive with him, then it should have been strong enough not to get captured by some weak bandits. Kakashi would say. Obito would then grit his teeth before he punched Kakashi in the face, telling him that he's an ass. Obito would run off as Kakashi's flashback would end. Kakashi would look up, rubbing his cheek, as he then tells them that their missions will be starting soon, and that while fighting against him might be easy, when you're fighting against Pokemon trainers out in the real world, it can be life and death out there. Nurse Joy would bring Smoochum, Evee, and Frogadier back, as Naruto would be smiling happy seeing his friend okay. Frogadier, I'm so glad you're alright, Naruto would say, hugging his friend. Frogadier now sticking his tongue out at Naruto, saying he's all good. Naruto would be happy, patting him on the head, saying he's not going to ever make him do that ever again. He promises. Naruto would then turn seeing Sasuke patting his Evee, saying he did a really good job, and it was his fault for not seeing the substitute. Evee would curl up against Sasuke's cheek, rubbing against him, with Sasuke smiling for what felt to him in the first time in a long time. You were the one thing that my brother couldn't take away from me, Sasuke would think. I'll make sure that you'll become stronger than anything he could ever throw at me, and then together we'll beat him. I promise, Evee, he'd say. Unlike in the original timeline where they'd be doing odd jobs, helping find and lost cats and other Pokemon in this world, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura would actually be assigned to escort a bridge builder back to his town as their first mission, which Kakashi would be sort of shocked by, usually having teams have to do these chores. And so, the next day, Sasuke, Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi would head out on their D-ranked mission, this being their first Pokemon journey from the land of fire going to the land of waves. If you guys want to see the next part for What If Naruto was a Pokemon Trainer, next part will be covering the Pokemon battles against the two twin Demon Chunin brothers, along with Zabuza of the Mist and his Water-type Pokemon specialty, and Haku, the Ice-type specialist. So I hope you guys are excited for that. Make sure to hit the like button and other things. This is a sort of different story than the original Naruto, and I hope you guys like that. It's pretty fun for me to write. This series probably won't be as long as my other series in general, since I'm writing it based off of how the original Pokemon games are. So there's the gym leaders and then the final Elite Four battle, which you guys can probably guess how I'm going to be doing that. But that's kind of the plan for right now. If things change, then I'll let you know or update in a new video. Anyway, the next two series that'll be coming out will be What If Subaru was Sukuna's Vessel, which will be coming out with a new part, Part 7, and also the new part, Part 12 for What If Asta was Meliodas' son. So I hope I'll see you guys there, and if you guys like it, just let me know. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.